Ladies and gentlemen, we got DiJonai Carrington once again. I mean, like, she just can't get out of her own way at this point, huh? But DiJonai Carrington, once again, more stuff just keeps coming out. She's bumping Caitlin Clark in the chest, staring Caitlin Clark down in the game, approaching her, getting in her face. All these things that have nothing to do with basketball, DiJonai. Why is it every time you're on my screen, it's never a basketball play? Why is it always drama? Why is it always you being ghetto? Why is it you showing the characteristics of a hood rat? Like, can I please just see some class? Can I see some talent? Please, anything. Show me something.
New video from a Fever's victory over the Chicago this content. Consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel.
And wanted the world to see happen tonight. And how did it turn out? Caitlin Clark had 37 points, 10 assists, 8 threes, and we got this lovely reaction. But I want to point out something that happened in the game. Some of the Chicago Sky, including DiJonai Carrington, to me, were looking for a fight this game. And Caitlin, instead of talking about it in the media, just did it with her basketball skills. And this is one of the plays that happened.
Indiana can regain the lead. Clark, another step back three. Yes! And a little bit of passion afterwards.
You love it. This is...
So DiJonai purposely runs into Clark, and then Clark just waves her off. Just waves her off. You can tell that Clark was just over that storyline and with that rivalry.
Caitlin gives her exactly what she wants. And as you can see, Caitlin Clark smiling at her while DiJonai Carrington is talking to her, and the ref, and even the ref is not trying to hear it. This black brother right here ain't even trying to hear it, man. And your breath probably stink as well. I mean, when you got the characteristics of that, how do I expect you to even take care of yourself? You slap yourself on with makeup every single game. When we're trying to watch basketball, you over here trying to get cute and stuff.
This is the point that should actually make everyone uncomfortable when they see it again. Very few of them were called. Play after play, defenders are all over Clark, grabbing arms, jerseys, and nails as if the player with the deepest mark would win a prize. Additionally, the whistle remains totally silent. This is not an isolated incident resulting from a single chippy possession. For weeks now, a pattern has been gradually emerging in plain sight, and it's expressed in the harshest words possible in the tweet that started this whole discussion.
Days that called his foul on Caitlin Clark. But of course they want to demonize Clark and be like, she was overreacting. She's the most fouled player in the league. What are we doing? Why was the whistle not blown right here? Grabbing her, blow the fucking whistle, man. And then she had to do all this again to finally put her hand up. Like, what are we doing, man? Enrique's ugly ass falling down all over the place, foul call. You look at Asia Wilson, foul call, but it takes the ref looking direct. Look, why is her hand not up? Takes the ref 30 business days to call this. But let's demonize Clark. No, all these players fear Caitlin Clark. They fear for their lives when this woman is on the court and they have to hack her, tackle her. I ought to see some tackle Clark in this game and everything because she's the 11th best guard and we're going to guard her this way though. Like, you guys are fucking ridiculous, man. It's like the refs just want Clark to get beat up and hacked. These people just want her to just play through it. And it's like, it's not part of the game to get fouled and have to play.
In her last 12 quarters of action, Caitlin Clark has only made 8 non-technical free throws, 8 out of 12 basketball quarters. Basketball games in which the league's most fouled and violently punished guard has hardly been called to the free throw line.
10 missed calls last game. That Caitlin Clark got fouled and the ref never called it. There's a moving screen. She's moving all over the place. Hits her with the shoulder like always. Look at this. Fouls her, holding her, and fouls the crap out of her. No foul. Look at this one. Like, her body's all over her. How is that not a foul? Look at this one. Cardosa swipes her once, twice, just tries to grab her. Can you imagine being fouled the entire game? Every time you hit half court, every time you dribble, every time you drive. Look at this. Sheldon clearly has her hand on Caitlin Clark's shoulder when she's shooting it. They even showed a replay. It's exactly where I thought it was. Watch this. Her arm is on Caitlin Clark's shoulder the whole time.
It's easy to scroll past a statistic like that without letting it land. So take a moment to consider because the rules state that a specific amount of contact is prohibited. It's not a sign that Clark is suddenly playing cleaner basketball or attracting less contact when a player who gets hit Pulled and shoved as frequently as she does only makes a few trips to the line in 12 consecutive quarters. It's an indication that the whistle has stopped blowing on her. It appears that the harder these defenses play her, the less protection she receives in return. This is nearly the exact reverse of how officiating
pokes Caitlin Clark in the eye. You can see here, she misses the ball with an open palm and then hones it into this little sharp, pointy hand and jabs it right into her eyeball. One more time, right in the eye. And believe it or not, she didn't even get a foul for this. It was so intense as well that as the game progressed, you could tell she's intentional, and honestly, I think it should have a huge...
So, let's be truthful about what's truly taking place on the floor each week. Some players are using whatever is left in the toolbox if they can't get in front of her, remain in front of her off the dribble, or contest her without fouling the traditional way. The fingernails are the next choice if they can't poke her in the eye and get away with it. And if a full-on tackle to the ground is too blatant for even a sympathetic official to overlook, a little grasp here, a scratch there, small enough to go unnoticed in real time, but noticeable enough on replay the following morning that you begin to connect an extremely painful series of dots. It's no longer just or worse physically harm her to the point where she is unable to continue harming other teams on a nightly basis.
This wasn't called a foul. This wasn't called a flagrant foul. There was no whistle blown on this play. This play never went under review. This play has absolutely nothing to do with basketball. As you can see, the ball is all the way over there. This is just someone getting mauled. The WNBA is stupid and is not a stupid.
This is precisely the point at which the statistic regarding her free from the ball while receiving the least amount of protection. She absorbs hit after hit that would be instantly deemed a foul by any impartial observer watching in real time. Then, as if nothing had occurred, she gets up, jogs back on defense, and repeats the same process on the very next possession. There is a degree of resilience in it that is nearly lost in the cacophony of the discussion around it. Since most players who encounter the degree of so-called physicality would begin to play cautiously, avoid contact, and retreat from the drive in order to protect themselves, none of that has been done by her. She has started playing more aggressively into it.
Oh, that's a basketball play, y'all. And tell me if you notice a common denominator. Look. Basketball play, look. Basketball play. I didn't know you can rip somebody's hair out. That's a basketball. Look. Ankle injury. That's a basketball play, y'all. Look, poke right in the eye. It's not this many basketball plays in the world. It's not this many coincidences in the world. She went up like this and came down like this and poked an eye. Knocked her all upside her head. Now she got see. Like, this is what you call a track record. Look. Not even going for the ball. Like, come on.
But that's what DiJonai Carrington does.
And we know. And that's been part of the problem. Because we've been telling y'all, this is what she does.
And DJ Carrington's name has also been mentioned in similar conversations before. Her aggression with Clark has previously drawn criticism from fans, dating back to a playoff series where a similar uncalled swipe close to the face went viral for the exact same reason that this latest video is currently going viral. It continues to occur. The officiating crew on the floor continues to dismiss it in real time. And it doesn't really start a topic until someone slows down the video after the event and reveals what truly transpired. The interval between the live whistle and the verdict on the internet is starting to form its own rhythm within, rather than outside of the broader pattern. Despite having a lower burden, millions of people were watching game after game on national television. This leads to the second part of the narrative. Because Caitlin Clark has been subtly changing the record books in real time while all of this has been happening, her arm is getting scratched up, and the whistle is still hidden in the referee's pocket. Together with a video of her arm, this tweet has been going viral. When you compare the two, you can see why this whole situation seems so ridiculous once you actually read the numbers. Caitlin Clark has 5 of the most 310 assists in WNBA history. For in the entirety of WNBA history, it really isn't close. So take a moment to consider that statistic. Furthermore, there isn't much interpretation needed for this statistic. The total number of 30.10 assist games played by every other player in WNBA history equals up to 4. 4. Just Caitlin Clark has 5. She has accomplished more on her own in a fraction of the time than some of these other professions have taken over a decade or longer, more than the league's entire history has managed to amass. Over a few strong weeks, that isn't a hot streak. On a favorable schedule, that is not a fortunate stretch against a run-of-week opponent at the point guard position. This sport has truly never witnessed such a degree of two-way offensive supremacy. Additionally, it was displayed while she was absorbing contact, which would make most players reconsider approaching the paint at all. Next voice.
Caitlin Clark now has more 30-point, 10-assist games in her career, with 5, than the rest of the WNBA has combined in league history. Let that sink in. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee while that sinks in. Yeah, yeah, by herself, she's got more 30-point, 10-assist games by herself than the entire league combined. Entire league history.
It also raises legitimate concerns about uniformity throughout the remainder of the league. Many WNBA guards play through contact every night, and many of them receive calls that Clark just doesn't get in the same circumstances. The majority of those players are simply playing hard physical basketball in the manner that the league has historically rewarded them. So that's not a criticism of them. It's a question for the whistleblowers, because it's no longer a minor officiating inconsistency if the criteria for what constitutes a foul vary according on who is getting the contact. That is an issue of fairness. Additionally, issues with justice in professional sports typically worsen rather than improve the longer they go unrest.
So, look at this. This is where you're like, this is loser shit. Oh, I'm going to pretend to flop. DiJonai just shoved Caitlin. She literally just walked into Caitlin and shoved her. Caitlin dribbled the ball and she just shoved her. And she just goes that. Caitlin didn't even throw her head back. And then waits for Caitlin, like,